question from Lee. He wants to know if there's a way to blur the background without having to use two layers. He usually uses the AI portrait cutout to cut out the person and then drag that the basic blur onto the second track, meaning the track below. And he says that works well, but he wanted to know if there was a way to do it on a single track, as it would be easier and more manageable when you're splitting up the clip. Let's explore that. So here we have Lee's basic setup. If we turn off the visibility on the bottom track, we can see that we have used the AI matting on the top track, and we have done a cutout. So now we have a cutout of our characters here on the top track. And what Lee would like to do is to blur the background. Now there is really no other way of blurring the background other than, and let's just take the foreground off, than to add an effect. And he says he's using the basic blur. So we drag the basic blur down, and we don't put it in front of it, we put it right on top. And this is a feature that you pay extra for. So this gives you a little bit of a blur. Perhaps this is more blur than he would like. And maybe most of us would think that, well, how do we adjust this blur? If we go up here, we select this, and we now see that we have this arrow here for there's more than what's just shown. These are the basic things shown. If we click on that, we can see that we can now also access the effects that we have applied to this filter here. And we're just staying in the basic mode. We're not using the mask or anything because we can't use the cutout in the mask. That would be nice. But he just wants to apply a slight amount of blur to the background, something like so, we'll just say. And now when we put our foreground back in play, we now have the nice blurred background. So that's basically what he says he has, but he would like to be able to keep these locked together in case he wants to cut it up into multiple sections. So very simply, what I would recommend he does is select both of them, right-click on them, create a compound clip, and call it whatever. We will just leave it a compound clip, and then we'll say OK. We now have it on a single line, and now if we want to cut it up, we can cut it up any which way we want to slice it or dice it. And let's just import a different picture. We'll take this picture here, and let's just drop that right in here. Okay, so that we can see it. So we were able to have, and let's shorten it up here. We don't really need a lot of space here. So we have it right here. Here's our next insert, and now we're back to the blur. So my recommendation is just to create a compound clip.